Welcome back to the Shield Wall, mortals. It is Friday the 13th, and while you're worried about black cats, I've been watching the Norns spin a thread of pure gasoline. I sacrificed a lot to see the future, but I didn't think I'd see the Strait of Hormuz turned into a floating bonfire. My ravens tell me the mead halls of Earth are running dry, and the chariots are out of fuel. Let's look at the runes of this week's ruin. Stay tuned for the reveal of this week's Ragnarok barometer. Early this week, the runes was stained with blood. Iran's assembly of experts officially named Mojtaba Khamenei as the new supreme leader, succeeding his father. He's already issued his first decree: stay the course, keep the Strait of Hormuz blocked, and avenge the martyrs. It's like a family business, but instead of a bakery, they trade in ballistic missiles and holy war. High oil prices are the new standard, and he's not looking for an off-ramp, he's looking for a collision. The war has expanded faster than Loki's lies. This week, Israel and the US ramped up strikes inside Tehran. But here's the kicker: Iran has started hitting back at desalination plants in Bahrain and Kuwait. In a desert, hitting the water is worse than hitting the treasury. You can live without gold, but you can't live without a drink. The Gulf states are calling for force majeure on oil contracts. Translation: the mead is gone, and we don't know when it's coming back. While the Middle East burns, NATO is currently playing war games in Norway. Over 30,000 soldiers are in the freezing north for Cold Response 2026. It's a bold move to practice for winter, while the global economy is catching a fever. Back in the US, the latest inflation data is hotter than a dragon's breath. Your Fed is sweating, your markets are shaking, and the common man is wondering if they should trade their car for a very sturdy horse. And because the world wasn't weird enough, a company called Fission just announced they're building a 1-mile deep underground nuclear reactor in Kansas. They say it's safe because it's like oil drilling. Yes, because nothing says safety like putting a sun in a hole and hoping the earth doesn't spit it back out. If you wake up the Midgard Serpent with your experimental drilling, don't say I didn't warn you. Time to take a sip of the well. The water of Mimir reveals a dark truth. By next week, as the water shortages hit the Gulf harder, you will see a global peace summit proposed, not by the politicians, but by the global tech CEOs. Why? Because their data centers need cooling, and their servers can't run on thoughts and prayers. When the billionaires lose their cooling systems, they suddenly find the will for peace. Watch for a digital ceasefire proposal by Wednesday. It's nearing the end of this report, but first, let's have a look at the Ragnarok barometer. Where are we on the scale? With US bases under drone fire in Kuwait, the Strait of Hormuz effectively a graveyard for tankers, and NATO mobilizing in the Arctic, we are at Fenris is chewing on the sun. It's dark, it's cold, and the wolf is definitely hungry. This is the highest we've been since the 1970s. That's the news from the high seat on this cursed Friday the 13th. If you want to survive the Fimbulwinter of 2026, you'd better join the Shield Wall. Subscribe, or spend eternity in the midsections of Helheim. Comment below, and tell the ravens where to fly for the next report. Skål!